So we're under the month mark for BLEACH Rebirth of Souls to release, and we gotta talk about some things about some characters that we might not get in the game, considering that they caught us by surprise by announcing 1000 Year Blood War DLC. And them saying 1000 Year Blood War DLC first when there's still a lot of characters that might be missing in this game is very telling about what their plans are for the future. Now keep in mind that this video is a little bit early before the release of the actual game, and also some other trailers, so I mean if things end up changing and they do end up, releasing a trailer that reveals a whole lot of characters, maybe this video is null void by the time you're watching this, but I don't anticipate them releasing a trailer with a whole bunch of characters, and I'm gonna let you know about that why later on in this video, man. But today's anime question is going to be, what character not announced yet in the game do you actually want to come to BLEACH Rebirth of Souls? Let me know in the comments, man. If this is something you might be interested in, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things, and let's go ahead and hop straight into this video. Alright, so when we talk about the roster for BLEACH Rebirth of Souls, them saying 1000 Year Blood War for the DLC first, considering that the game is only going up to cover the Fate Karakura Town arc, means that they're skipping the Fullbringer arc and doing DLC directly for 1000 Year Blood War. And this is very telling in a sense because it makes us wonder, are we going to get a story expansion for the Fullbringer arc, or is this just something that they're just going to completely skip over since this is a manga canon arc? It's very interesting that they're not doing a Fullbringer DLC or maybe something different. Granted, I'm pretty sure people are happy that they're getting a 1000 Year Blood War DLC, but this is going to maybe cause us to miss out on some characters. And I know some people might be thinking that we might get a multiple character trailer up until release, and mainly, using the reference of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero doing their surprise trailer. But the reason why I feel like BLEACH Rebirth of Souls is a little bit different with this is in a sense that they handle their trailers in a different way. They're not really doing themed trailers. Their trailers are focused on a character besides maybe the Ukiyo and Ichigo trailer, but even then they didn't show too much of their moves. The difference with Dragon Ball, they had themed characters, speed versus power and things like that, whereas BLEACH is more so focusing on the skills that each character has, and these trailers are very short, so it'd be very it'd be out of character for them to give us a multiple character trailer and not find a way to actually show us the moves of them, unless they made this an extremely longer trailer compared to the rest of them. But talking about these things, I think there's three groups that have a high chance of not being part of the game in the base game, and maybe not a chance of being part of the game at all, unfortunately. And the first group is going to be one that we just talked about, and it's going to be the Fullbringers. Considering that they're skipping the Fullbringer arc and just doing 1000 Year Blood War DLC, there's a chance that we don't get to see a lot of the Fullbringers, and I do, know that some people don't really like this arc. Me personally, I enjoyed this arc just because I felt like it did a lot of showing some development with Ichigo, him as respecting, appreciating his Soul Reaper powers a little bit more. I feel like, throughout the show, one of the big reasons why people complain about Bleach, I think, is they think that Ichigo has, a low motive. He doesn't really, have much reason to be there. And this is something that villains actually talk on. They say, you're not even a real Soul Reaper. Why are you here? Why are you fighting? And his whole reason, is for him wanting to protect his friends. But I feel like in this arc, they made it where you're actually able to see, he got to feel the side effects of not having his Soul Reaper powers. When his family was put into danger and he didn't have no way to protect them, I felt like this made Ichigo appreciate his powers more. And then if they do decide to skip this arc and they don't put the Fullbringer arc in there, I think this, it sucks for the characters that we're missing. And I think it also sucks for telling the story of Ichigo as a character. Another group of characters that we might end up missing out on is going to be the Visors. Considering that they only put Shinji in here and they actually put Hiyori in part of his moveset, that's very telling in the sense that maybe they don't have plans for adding any more. Granted, with the exception of us maybe getting Rose, since we know that he is a captain in the 1000 Year Blood War, they could put him in here, but I feel like there's probably a lot of other characters they would go to first as far as 1000 Year Blood War before Rose. And this is kind of, it's telling in a sense that there's maybe going to be a lot of characters that people really liked cut out of this game, which is very unfortunate considering that I really liked a lot of the Fullbringers and a lot of the Visors. And the last group of characters that might have a lot of cuts, which probably isn't going to be too surprising for you, they've already put the ones they cared about, but some of the lieutenants. It does seem like we're going to be missing some of the lieutenants and some of the lower rankings under that. So we do already have Ikkaku and Shuhei, but there's a chance that we miss out on people like Nanao, also Momo, Isane, Nemu, and also Yumichaka. We might not get a chance of seeing any of these characters, especially Hiyori and also Nemu, since they're implemented into the actual movesets of the characters, with those being Shinji and also Mayuri. But let me know in the comments how y'all actually feel about, you know, the possibility of us not getting some of these characters. Of course, I know some people have been wanting Momo, and we've seen cutscenes with Momo, but just because there's a cutscene and there's a model doesn't mean that there's a character. And like I said, there is a chance that maybe we could get these characters as DLCs, but considering that the 1000 Year Blood War only says 4 characters to begin with for this first pack, I don't get the view that this game is going to do big DLC packs of like 10 characters or something like that. Now, the one saving grace could be if, I know this is going to sound like a crazy sentence right here, if Bleach Rebirth of Souls learned from Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash. And what I mean by that is implementing free DLC. If they did put some free DLC with the paid DLC, there is a chance that we could get some of those lower characters maybe that they don't think people should pay for, but they should be in the game. I think this will be a very smart move by Bleach Rebirth of Souls to also give, you know, the people that are playing their game some new content without them having to spend more money. I very much think that you can make the argument for Momo and also Yumichaka and also Isane being free characters. You know, maybe not too unique with their movesets, but it's okay because it's free. Let me know in the comments how y'all actually feel about this, man. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things if you enjoyed this video, and let me know what character that's not in the game right now you would be upset if they ended up getting skipped, man. But hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one, man. We up.